Hey everybody, Robert Dinan, your Florida realtor. I'm reaching out to you guys today to tell you a little bit about gated communities versus non-gated communities. So deed restricted versus non-deed restricted communities. People always ask, what are the benefits about living in a gated community? So there's some pros and cons that go along with that. Living in a gated community, obviously, there's rules and restrictions that help you as the homeowner to be able to live in a community that is well maintained, that has a set of structured rules and bylaws that prevent people from doing things, for example, Sarah down the block painting her house purple and the whole neighborhood complaining. So also a lot of things that happen with the non-HOA communities compared to HOA communities is this. Non-HOAs tend not to have any rules or deed restrictions in the area. So certain things that happen in the non-deed restricted areas would never happen in a gated or HOA neighborhood. Being in an HOA neighborhood usually tends to be what? Higher cost of living because there's HOAs. With HOAs, what happens is the more amenities there are, for example, some have 2 golf courses, 36 holes. Others have no golf courses, but they have tennis courts, they have pro shops, they have an on-site manager who organizes events, etc. There's so many other things that are involved. So the more amenities that go up, like your resort style pool and the tennis courts and the on-site manager, what happens is your HOA goes up. So the more amenities, the higher your HOA. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing a property or looking to purchase a property. Now, non-deed restricted and non-HOA communities, when we're looking at Florida, most people want to live on the water. And being on the water in Florida is something that a lot of people desire. Now, the price points have changed over the years on waterfront homes, and that's something that you have to put into consideration when purchasing a home in Florida. A lot of people looking to purchase homes in Florida have to realize too how close they are to access to the water and the lifestyle the water gives us. Being close to the beaches, being close to barrier islands gives you the option of being on the water without that high cost of purchasing the property. Now, when you're looking at some of these more established neighborhoods, for example, St. Pete, Clearwater, Treasure Island, Sarasota, Longboat Key, Siesta Key, Venice, down to Boca Grande on the water, most of those places have been developed over time. And when I say time, as early as the 30s and 40s. So a lot of the waterfront homes and properties have been, built up, and there's really no new construction options for you as a homeowner. So when people are looking now at newer builds and new construction, the west coast of Florida becomes very attractive. What I mean by that is the west coast hasn't been as developed as the east coast of Florida, and a lot of people are finding out the benefits of coming over to the west coast. The west coast also offers an opportunity to be on the Gulf side of the waterfront instead of the Atlantic Ocean. So a little bit more serene, but boating, fishing, windsurfing, anything that has to do with the water, trophy fishing here is unbelievable, is on the west coast, just like on the east coast. The one thing you're missing is those world-class waves that the east coast gives you. So if you're not a surfer, come to the west coast. If you are a surfer, there's some smaller waves, but the east coast is where you want to go. And listen, living on the west coast, I fly over to the east coast quite frequently, and it's not a bad drive. Now, as we talk about purchasing on the waterfront, like I said, most waterfront properties that you'll be looking at will be already resales or fully established homes. Now, a lot of the new construction that's happened over time with waterfront properties has affected the price of these properties. That meaning is the builders now have taken down these smaller homes and have built what I like to refer to as McMansions, or newly styled construction homes that are fitting the genre of what most people look for today in a new construction build. With the newer communities, and like I said, the gated and or HOA communities, what you're looking for in there is more of the old, what they used to call 55 and up communities. Now, the 55 and up communities was really a style of the East Coast and the Miami Beach area in the 50s and 60s. But what a lot of these people have done here over time now, and the national builders have addressed this for folks, is resort style living. Everybody wants the resort style living that most of these communities offer. When I say resort style living, I mean pools, dining, everything and etc. is all there and available for you in these newer style HOA homes. So HOA versus non-HOA, gated versus non-deed restricted, there's a lot of different options for you. Most people like the ability to be in an HOA, be able to lock and leave their home, just like a condo. So some folks approach like, hey, I want a condo in Florida, but I really would prefer a 3-bedroom home. So with that being said, a 3-bedroom home in a gated community is almost like a lock and leave condo of the past. So any questions or comments you have about HOAs, waterfront properties, moving to Florida, and what you're looking for on any level of investment or purchasing a new property to live as your primary or as a vacation home, reach out to us, like, follow, and share this video, and I'll be happy to answer any questions with you and set up a wonderful tour for you on the west coast of Florida. Your Florida Realtor, Robert Dinan. Have a great day.